Ahoy, salty dogs. My name is Lenscap, and welcome back to Planetfall. This is my modded Space Engineers playthrough. Today we're on episode number 7. I thought I'd start out the episode down here in the ore collection area. I ran out of piston length, so I thought we'd add some pistons. I hadn't showed you guys this spot in a while, so I just wanted to show you kind of what we're up to. We had 6 pistons before. And now we're doubling that. So we're at 1, 2, 6. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pistons and 2 drills that we can push out. So we're going to have tons of space for drilling. And we'll get tons of stone for our big project today. Now we've got our drills going. Let's head back over to the Hastalude and get started with our project. There's all that magnesium in the ground, and we've got cobalt over there. There's silicon here. We want these things. We want to get to these things. But these things are so deep that there's no real, reasonable way for us to get them without some kind of drilling rig. Now, this isn't going to cut it. This thing does not go deep enough. We're going to need a tunnel boring machine that will automatically extend and drill as it moves. It's so far down there that I don't want to have to babysit this thing. So we want to set it and forget it. First thing we want to do is set some waypoints. We want to find out exactly where we need to build this drill so that we can hit the center of that magnesium vein. There we go. Yep. Jeez, this hole is deep. Here's the magnesium cave. So, I want to find about right here. Let's make a GPS. And this way we can stand directly on top of that, and that's where we need to drill down. Because it's not actually right under the Hastalude. If we take a look in Spectator Cam, we can see the truck is here. But if we look straight down, if we go straight down, we're not quite on it. Right? So it's a little further in this direction. So we'll need to build directly above that GPS marker, which is right here, directly above it. If we go in any direction, we can see our distance to the marker increases. And so right here is where we want to put our drill. Good morning. Drill here for magnesium. Okay, I guess this is the spot we want to be. Let's set down some blocks just kind of as placeholders, and we'll get started on construction. So I've worked out a design that I like in creative mode that I think we're going to use for this. It uses, let's see, what do we need? We need merge blocks. Not the small ones. We need large grid. We need merge blocks. We need conveyors and oh, that's right. We can use the new merge blocks or the new conveyors. I think let's do that. I'll have to change my blueprint, but that's fine. Okay, we need a connector and a couple of decorative blocks that I have planned to use. So, okay, let's start with the conveyor. It goes in the very center, just like that, and then the connector goes on it. Let's orient it horizontally, vertically. Which orientation is that? I'm not sure. Okay, merge blocks go to either side, and you know, I don't have them orange in my blueprint, but that looks pretty cool. Let's do it. Let's do orange. You know what, though? Actually, we're like team yellow, right? So let's do yellow. So let's do yellow for the merge blocks. Kind of like that. Okay, and then a couple of decorative blocks. Now we're going to have to extend this up. I think it goes... each section is 7 blocks in total, including a layer mirroring this on the top and the bottom. So there's 5 kind of filler blocks, filler layers in between. I'll go ahead and get it planned out, and I'll kind of give you so you can get an idea of what I'm trying to accomplish here. Come on. Come on, don't fall. Got it. Okay. And then I need the paste, so I do control flow. There we go, and then page down. There we go. Alright. So I have to do it pretty much one layer at a time. That's really the only way I can do this without some ridiculous amount of scaffolding. But it's coming along, so I'll place the blocks for this layer, and then I'll kind of show you what the overall structure looks like. Okay, and then this one goes like this. 5, actually we'll not place that one yet because I need to be able to get up here to weld them up. This is gray. That should be gray as well. Okay, let's climb down. And we can take a look at the structure so far. I think it's cool. I think it's a really cool looking structure. What the heck? Yeah, so this is what I got so far. Basically, this is half of it, and then the top half looks exactly like this. Now, we'll have to build this twice as high so that we can fit the drill on the front of it. And there are a couple more details that I still need to add that just aren't quite in here yet, but this is coming along. Dude, this sucks to build. This is so much material I'm using for this project. But it looks really cool, so I think it's going to be worth it in the end. Yeah, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. That took hours. That took me so long. But it looks good. It looks really good. Now, these panels will go all the way down, but I haven't built the drill yet, and the drill will actually weld them as it goes, so that's fine. Check this out, too. Oh, man, I love this. These new columns they added are amazing. Look at all this is awesome. And the way, oh, I left this one black. I was experimenting with some colors. The way that, how industrial this feels just walking up the scaffolding is so good. It's so good. So I'll probably mirror the scaffolding that I have on the other side as well, just for the sake of consistency, but I don't want to put in the time or the resources right now. I'm definitely going to need some more storage and stuff too. One container will not cut it, but we'll stack these all the way up the top. I think it'll hold 5? How tall are they? 1, 3. There's 2 more. There's 3 more. Yeah, 4 more. So 5 total. That's a lot of storage. What's interesting is we're not actually going to process the ores here. We're going to send those to a separate processing facility that we'll probably build next time. But this time, I want to get the drill going, which I think is the next step. I think we're ready to build the drill. Okay, so, since this is ignore my scaffolding, please. Since this is a self-building platform, I suppose it does need a way to produce materials. I'm kind of 2 minds about this, and maybe let me know in the comments, but I want to send only the materials required for this thing to build its platform to the refinery and assembler, and I want everything else to go to a processing facility elsewhere. Is there some way to do this with a sorter or something? I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know in the comments. But, yeah, processing. So we added a refinery. Hello, zombie. We have a refinery with the new refinery. We had an assembler block, which... Is there a control panel on this thing? Because there's not one up here. And I feel like there should be. But I couldn't find one. So, I mean, I guess that doesn't really matter. I left room around the back for upgrade modules. I'm not quite sure what modules I want to put yet. Probably power modules, maybe. We could... The other modules for, What's wrong with my sound here? The other modules go under here. So we can get that. Okay, I guess I should quit procrastinating and get to the drill, though. Since that's the exciting part. So the first step is a projector. Now this is our drill construction here. So the first step is a projector attached to a merge block. What we'll do is we'll put the crawling face, that's this part that we built, into the projector, so that as the drill moves down, the drill can weld the crawling face up. Right, with welders. Right, that's what it means. So the merge block is necessary, though, because the projector needs to be anchored to the grid that it's projecting to. Otherwise, it just won't work properly. So we need the merge block, and that means we've got to move the merge block as we move down. So we've got to be able to detach and reattach and all that fun stuff. This connector is also very important. In my testing, I found that there are times occasionally where the welders will get a little out of hand and weld up solid blocks before I'm ready for them to. If that happens and I don't have this connector, then it just thinks that this is all the same grid, the drill and everything, and it will actually bind the drill to the main structure. And that's bad. That's a bad thing if that happens. Okay, so there's both connectors. So we've got a top connector and a bottom connector, and our two pistons. So the way this kind of works, basically we've got to set the distance of the pistons so that they're correct and everything. But this is the hard part. We've got a connector up here, and so the way that this works essentially is that this connector stays connected. These pistons extend until this lower connector connects with this connector down here. Once those two connectors lock in, then this connector and this merge block can release. The pistons will retract. Then the top connector, that one, will connect to this connector. That merge block will connect to a merge block here. And then the cycle repeats. The whole time the drills are going, the printer's printing, and we build more of this wall as we get deeper and deeper into the ground. Our next step is to figure out the minimum lengths of these pistons. So we want to make sure that these pistons never retract farther than these connectors are apart. Essentially, we just extend this bad boy, or both of these bad boys, until these two connectors line up. And I think it's 1.5 meters. Let's see, let's try it. 1.5 is our minimum distance. Let's set these to reverse. We'll make sure they extend farther than that, and then we'll reverse them back, and let's see how it lines up. Okay, it's close. It's close. We can't quite see from way up here, but it's not exactly perfect. Maybe another 1/4 meter on each. So let's try that. So 1.25. That'll pull it in. About 1/2 meter. It's pretty close. Still not perfect. Okay, let's try... It needs to retract a little bit more. Okay, so let's try 1.20. So we'll take our minimum distance, 1.20. Did that not? Oh, I need to change them both, I guess. Minimum distance, 1.20. 1.20. Come on. Do it. Stick it out. Pull it back. Not quite. Okay, we're getting close though. Let's try a little bit tighter, 1.18. Here it is, perfectly aligned. Or at least as close as I care to get. I mean, that's basically perfect. And I think we ended up at 1.10, so yeah, 1.10. Okay, next we need to get the maximum distance, which would be these pistons fully extended until it's in line with the lower connector. So let's check that next. These two pistons we're going to reverse until they're fully extended. Now I think our maximum is going to be like 8.75. So we're just guessing here. Well, let's see how close we get with that. And okay, that's a little bit too far, but we're pretty close. So we need to change this. Let's make it 8.5. Pull them back up. Stick them back down so they can readjust. Oh man, that might be right on it. Okay, it's hard to tell from up here, so let's climb down and look. Ah, not quite. Okay, it's very, very close though. It's very, very close, so we need to come just slightly farther than this. Okay, I've got it set on 8.6 now. That looks pretty close. Here, let's just yeet ourselves off the edge. We'll take some damage, but that's fine. Yeah, 8.6. Okay, so that's perfect. So now our pistons are set. We can retract the pistons and start building the actual, like, drill and printing mechanism next. Ooh, where's that signal falling? Yeah, I might be able to grab that. We'll see. If it falls in my lake, I'll go get it. So I've got all the drills laid out. And now just running back and forth 1,000 times to get everything welded up. I've done this a couple of times now already. As you can see, I've got about a third of them finished. And I did this a bunch when I did the that part, the refining part in the back. So it's not too bad. It just takes a little bit of time to get it all done. Just got to be careful, because these zombies... Come over here, buddy. I heard footsteps. They were maybe my own footsteps. Come at me, bro. Let's go! I got lots of building to do. I don't have time for this. What do you got? Meat. Does this make me a cannibal? Oh. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh. That's not a good thought to have. Ah, that signal landed up on the hill. No, there's no way I can get that. Okay. I'm gonna say that I'm not a cannibal because I have to process the meat through these magical space future processing tools that change it in some kind of genetic way. Yeah, that's it. That's sure. Okay, this is it. Oh, we're 2 steel plates short. Whatever, that's fine. We got everything all finished. I'm excited. I actually am not quite finished. Hello, lag. Hello, lag. Stop. I need to add timer blocks. What the heck? I need to add a couple of timer blocks to this and set up the timers and everything. But until I can actually produce components to build the wall, I can't turn this on. So I think next time we'll work on a place to refine ores and construct components. And then once we have all of that complete, we'll try and turn this on, and hopefully it works. Hopefully. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, stay tuned.